Thank you very much. Now, clerk, we can have a roll call, please.
Thank you. I would like to have a little reminder that any online participants should have their cameras on during the meeting. Commissioners Marchand, Salwan, Ariola,
Present.
Ding, Fugazi,
No.
Margaret,
Here.
Vice Chair Zuber,
Present.
Chair Craig Hensley. Here. Ex officio members, do we have anyone on from StamCog?
Suze Wallen from Modesto Mayor.
Do we have anyone on from SJCog? SJRTD?
Good morning, Ken Baxter.
Caltrans? Thank you, we do have work.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Do we have any public comment on non-agenda items? Is there anyone online?
Seeing none online.
None online. Is there anyone in the room? Seeing no one in the room, we will move on to item 4. I'd like to take separately the action item to approve the minutes of the San Joaquin Regional Board of Commission for July 17th. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes or are there any corrections?
Move to approve. Second.
Moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the Commission for July 17th. The vote, please.
Do you have any public comment?
Oh, I'm sorry. Any public comment on the minutes for the agenda?
Seeing none online.
And in the room? All right, now. We can
Thank you. Commissioners Ariola,
Yes.
Marwood,
Yes.
Vice Chair Zuber,
Yes.
Chair Craig Hensley.
Yes, thank you. Motion passes. Okay, moving on to the remainder of the consent calendar. I just want to make a statement that I very much appreciated staff pulling together the ACE monthly expenditure report as well as the comparative on the fare and ridership. I think it's really important that we now see what our pre-pandemic numbers were like, because that gives us a good gauge of and a goal of where we want to get back to as we move forward. So we can see that we've had some excellent activity getting back up from 21 through 25, but we're still short of what we were seeing both in ridership and revenue during pre-pandemic. So thank you very much. It was very helpful to me to be able to see those numbers. Okay, with that, is there any public comment on the remainder? I'm sorry, any comments from commission members on the remainder of the consent agenda? Hearing none. Any comment from the public online?
Seeing none online, I would like to know we do have Commissioner Salwan doing this.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us today. And any comment from the room? None. Then I will move for approval of the remainder, or I'm sorry, I didn't accept the motion for approval of the remainder of the consent calendar.
To adopt consent.
I have a motion, but and a second. Do a roll call.
Thank you. Commissioners Salwan,
Aye.
Ariola,
Yes.
Marwood,
Yes.
Vice Chair Zuber,
Yes.
Chair Craig Hensley.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we have an informational item, Terry Gates, to propose on the ACE shuttle program. Terry, good to see you.
Hi, good morning. So, a little bit of background on the ACE shuttle program. So the ACE shuttle program was launched in 1998. It picks up passengers from the Great America ACE Station in Santa Clara and takes them between San Jose and Palo Alto. We operate 8 different routes. The service is managed by VTA. They contracted out to a vendor, Avalon Transportation. We have approximately 193,000 monthly boardings on the shuttles, and 30% of all ACE riders use the shuttles. Our fiscal year 25-26 projected cost is going to be $2.95 million, and 30% of it, and then so 96% of it is all funded by ACE. So since the beginning, VTA has managed operations and the Rail Commission has led the funding and the strategy. But as the program has grown and evolved, both agencies agree it's a good time to explore new ways to straighten and streamline the oversight. So recent shifts, including ridership trends, work from home trends, and employer locations have called for a fresh look. And in recent discussions, both agencies have agreed that it might be time to realign oversight with the Rail Commission taking direct management of the program. So together with BTA, the Rail Commission has built a strong and successful shuttle program, and our partnership has given us a really strong foundation. But with evolving needs and funding complexities, both agencies support a simplified, modernized management model. So today, both BTA and the Rail Commission staff are recommending that we go to our boards to discuss possibility of transition oversight with the goal of increasing efficiency and responsiveness. So the Rail Commission is actually in a good position to take on a larger role with the ACE Shuttle program. So we've built the internal capacity through our connecting services strategy. We've managed the San Joaquin's Amtrak throughway system, which is actually one of the largest throughway systems in the country. And we believe that direct oversight will enable quicker decision-making, stronger vendor oversight that aligns with our goals, and just a better rider experience. And we're not talking about building it from scratch. We're just taking what we already have and just making it better. So we'll develop a phased transition plan in partnership with BTA, which will include legal, financial, operational coordination with all stakeholders. And our top priority is going to be zero service disruption for the passengers. But we'll also work on full compliance with Title VI, ADA, and any public input requirements. And again, the goal is always going to be maintain the service levels for the passengers. Oops, let's go backwards. So we're also going to focus on securing long-term funding as well as implementing some improved performance tracking measures. And we're also going to focus on employer partnerships and route optimization for better efficiency and to better serve the riders' needs. And we'll also define BTA's advisory role and incorporate their lessons learned going forward. And as we take a bigger role with the ACE shuttle program, we're already positioned for it. So we already meet FTA and QuarTAP standards. So we'll just integrate the shuttle services into our already existing structure. We believe there's not going to be any impact to our insurance. We've already investigated that. And we brought on Winters Consulting to support the interagency coordination, funding strategy, and legal compliance. So the planning right now is focused on working with BTA to create a clear transition timeline and implementation plan. So we have a kickoff meeting scheduled for August with BTA. And then we plan to hold regular working meetings throughout the fall. And the goal is to bring a full transition proposal back to the board in the fall of 2025 that will include handoff, procurement, and operational steps. And again, we're still going to work to have a smooth, seamless shift with no disruption in our service. So looking ahead, again, our plan is to bring back the transition timeline and a plan to the board in the fall of 2025, and we don't expect any fiscal impacts. And we're really committed to making sure this is a seamless transition and that we preserve the rider experience and service. That's it. Thank you. Any questions?
Yeah, thank you. Questions from commission members? Just a couple. We're looking at this obviously to take a more active role in the oversight of this program. And I noted that one of the goals is to improve the efficiency in managing funding and performance metrics. Can you tell me right now what some of the challenges have been in that area, managing funds and trying to track metrics? Is it just we're better informed to do that, or what's the?
Well, I mean, the way the system is set up right now is that we fund the program. There are passengers that are riding the shuttles. They're directly coming off the train, but we have a middleman. We have BTA who is the contractor. They take over, they run the operations, they manage the schedule, they manage the vendor. So we have to go through steps before we can get to the vendor. So we're reliant on whatever BTA gives us or whatever their vendor gives them, and then they give to us. So there's obviously a time delay. There's a barrier where we don't have direct access to the information. So if we cut out the middleman and we operated it and managed it ourselves, obviously we would have more control over the situation.
Okay, so I can see the efficiency because I noted that you would need to begin submitting 3 to 4 additional reports that aren't required, but you're also saving time by the fact that you're not going through a multi-step process.
Correct.
It's just correct. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I think then my last question is related to the fiscal impact and the future budget adjustments needed to support the transition, so. What would those be? Would that be in the area of staffing? Would it be in, actual cost to the system? I mean, what do you anticipate might be some?
Well, and initially, we don't anticipate anything because we already have the connecting services manager, which is my position, which I can step in and fill in. When you hire a contractor, the bus company, they do most of the work. Our job is to oversee them. So it doesn't require bringing on more people at this time to manage it. I mean, it'll be a little bit more for procurement and it'll be a little bit more on the reporting side, but it's nothing that we can't already do with what we have, so.
All right. Perfect. Any comments? Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Any comments online from the public?
Seeing none online.
Okay, and any in the room? No, then this was informational. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's useful to have. Thank you. Okay, moving on to our next agenda item, track. Let's see, I think I participated in something on Sunday. So, you want to give us a report on?
Yes, so good morning, Chair Craig Hensley and Commissioners. In May, Rail Commission board members and staff attended the annual SJRRC One Voice trip in Washington, D.C. to advocate for transportation projects and programs. And this year, the Rail Commission outreach team included James Chase, Ace Passenger Services representative who graduated from the very first Rail Academy cohort. James shared his personal experience with seeking railroad education opportunities, relocating to Stockton in order to participate in this program, and then finding employment with the Rail Commission after graduation. As a result of our outreach, Congressman Josh Carter committed to attending the graduation on Sunday to deliver remarks in support of the students. And here I would like to recognize Chair Craig Hensley, Commissioner Pagazzi, and Commissioner Ariola for attending and sharing remarks at this past Sunday's graduation ceremony. We also had Congressman Josh Harder, San Joaquin Joint Powers Authority Chair Doug Burboon, and Sacramento City College President Albert Garcia deliver remarks at the graduation in support of the students. 15 students graduated with their railroad operations certificate of completion, and they also received certificates on behalf of Congressman Harder, Senator Jerry McNerney, Assemblywoman Rhodesia Ransom, the City of Stockton, and the City of Modesto. I want to take this time to thank our Sacramento City College faculty who are dedicated to preparing our students for success. And so today we have adjunct instructor Tim Gubbins, if you want to stand up. We have Rail Academy Student Support Specialist Yolanda Onick. And we have Dean of Technology and Innovation, Paul Estabrook, who oversees this program. So 7 of our graduates from the beginning of the Rail Academy have already started working in the railroad industry at Union Pacific Railroad, Terminal Switching Services, the Rail Commission, and most recently at Transit America Services Incorporated, also known as TASI. TASI hired one of our graduates to be the supervisor of maintenance of equipment in Oakland. And the most recent cohort of graduates who graduated this past Sunday have already begun the interview process with the Rail Commission, Amtrak in Oakland, and the Coaster Passenger Rail Service in San Diego. So in May, we hosted the San Joaquin County Office of Education's Career Technical Education Department at the rail maintenance facility with Sacramento City College staff to provide more information about the program and to answer any questions about the MOU process to expand dual enrollment to adult school students and high school students in our region. And we will be representing the Rail Academy at the upcoming 16th Annual College and Career Night at Lodi High School on August 26th. Rail Commission staff have been partnering with various community organizations to offer the Rail Academy as a resource and to identify potential wraparound services for students who are interested in participating in the program. We met with the Child Abuse Prevention Council of San Joaquin County, and they have identified childcare resources at low or no cost for community members, which will allow more students in Stockton who are interested in the program to have access to classes. We've also partnered with Interns to Pros, a workforce readiness organization in Sacramento, prepares high school and college students for career pathways, and will participate in their upcoming Sacramento Regional Youth Career Fest on September 26th to provide outreach. We also met with Ready to Work at the ACE Maintenance Facility to provide information about the program. Ready to Work is a nonprofit organization in Stockton that provides homeless men or men at risk of homelessness with career pathways and wraparound services. and they will cover the tuition costs for their clients to participate in the program. We also presented information about the Rail Academy to the San Joaquin County WorkNet Center, and we hosted WorkNet employees at the maintenance facility to provide a deeper understanding of the program. And they have already identified resources for interested students and for our industry partners who hire Rail Academy graduates. So we have begun meeting with Delta College to discuss a future railroad maintenance and mechanical program that will be offered in addition to the railroad operations program with Sac City. And both of these programs will exist as part of the Rail Academy. Delta's career technical education faculty have already begun the curriculum development process, and they are in attendance today. I would like to introduce Michelle Castanon, Program Manager of the Career Technical Education and Workforce Development Center, and Dr. Katrina Johnson-Leone, Dean of Instruction of Applied Science, Business, and Technology. Oh, we also have another faculty member. Joe Gonzalez, Acting Associate Vice President of Career Technical Education and Workforce Development.
Yeah, the chair here.
The classes for the rail fleet maintenance and mechanical program will be taught at the ACE maintenance facility. This comprehensive program is designed for adult students aged 21 years or older, and the program with Delta will explore apprenticeship and internship opportunities with our industry partners and will prepare students for careers in maintaining fleets of rail equipment. The railroad maintenance and mechanical program is scheduled to enroll students in fall of 2026. Today, I want to introduce our new Track C logo. This was rebranded by our senior marketing coordinator, Mariah Bryant, and our marketing consultants at Jeffrey Scott Agency. The new logo features dark blue and gold elements that allows more cohesion with our ACE and Gold Runner logos, and all of our outreach materials we updated to feature the new logo. And at this time, I want to introduce our industry partner, Elizabeth Lewis. She is senior recruiter for Union Pacific Railroad, and she is responsible for hiring for job vacancies in Northern California, Nevada, and Utah. And for the past 12 years, she has been recruiting future talent to join Union Pacific Railroad. And today she's been going to provide her perspective on the benefit of the Rail Academy training today.
Yeah, so again, I'm Elizabeth Lewis, so I'm glad to be here with you. So we partnered with the track program and it's been phenomenal, so.
Ms. Lewis, can you want to stand?
Oh, thanks.
So other people can.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Yeah, so we partnered with the track program, and as a recruiter, again, I've been recruiting for about 12 years for Union Pacific. And what I've loved is getting to talk to such a captive audience of students at the track program. My job with the track program, I've done career overviews, share about the different opportunities at Union Pacific. We've done a facility tour recently, and then I've also provided some job seeking skill feedback to the students. I do this in the community at other like high schools or trade schools, but with the railroad program, the students are already interested in working for the railroad. So a lot of times I have a lot of work ahead of me of educating people about the railroad, what our jobs are like. A lot of people say, oh, I'm not qualified for that, or they don't even give us much consideration because we're kind of behind the scenes. We're not always the first of mind for a career opportunity. So these students are already so interested in the railroad. So it makes my job much easier to talk to them and sell our jobs at Union Pacific. So I've loved the opportunity to get to talk to these students. And then we did have a recent successful hire. He just finished our training program. We do some additional training when we hire students into the railroad. He's a train crew employee, finished all of his training, finished his probationary period, and now he's working as a conductor, a switch person, brake person, and a remote control operator for Union Pacific Railroad. So we're really proud of that recent hire we had from the program. And the feedback that I got from our manager as well is his enthusiasm. He said during the training, he would throw a switch and throw his arms up because he's so excited to get to be out here working. And during the tour, he assisted us to talk to the students. And he said this was his lifelong dream, getting to come to the railroad. So he was telling all the students, don't give up on your dreams. If this is what you want to do, go for it. So really proud of the program and being able to hire a student there. And then, yeah, what I loved about the recent tour, we just did it about a week ago. The students got some hands-on experience with our equipment. So we got to show them tying handbrakes, lacing air hoses. They actually got to be out there working on the equipment and getting that experience. So, let's see.
That's a picture we have of Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah. Oh, another thing too, I wanted to comment on, we have a new process in our hiring. Typically, we have been having students just apply with the general population. But these students already have experience with the railroad, so we do have a new process where we're gonna have separate job postings to allow students to come in and apply for our position, so we can give them a little more close consideration for these positions, rather than just applying to the general population. So we're excited to keep our partnership going.
Ms. Lewis, I can ask a question, because the additional training you do, I was curious about that. I think when we were in DC and we had met with the International Association, I'll just say SMART, workers, okay. They talked about the fact that it is an attractive thing to actually have people who are partially trained, even though they have their own way of training workers, that it at least gets them one step up in their training. When you do the training, are you noting that the track students seem to advance rather quickly because they have a little bit more edge on others? Or the other side of it is, have you gotten any feedback of there's some things that you think could be added to the track program that would make it easier for them to make that transition to your training program?
Yeah, so our recent hire, he was very successful. I've even looked at their scoring, passed all of our general code of operating rules. So understanding the safety and operating rules of the railroad, passed with flying colors with that. And then did very well on the job hands-on training too. I did get some feedback from our managers that understanding switching and why we switch was some experience they'd like to see more of. So that was very specific to our freight business, and but otherwise understanding the concepts of the railroad and the safety, he was doing very, very well.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, and we certainly appreciate it.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Great, that concludes my presentation. I'd be happy to take any questions.
Do any of the commissioners have any questions either up here or on?
Seeing none online.
Okay, just a couple of comments, and I think this, maybe we had the discussion with Congressman Carter. I think it was kind of an important one that he raised, and it was that we'd only had 6, apparently. We picked up another one over the weekend. So having 7 employees out of 23 graduates, if you recall, he was asking why that's the case. Mine is more along the lines of the metrics of, for example, trade programs. I mean, is that fairly typical? What are we doing to learn a little bit more about the reasons that these individuals come into the program or working through the program? Like I just asked with UP, are there other things we can do? Are we doing kind of that assessment and understanding both the needs of the providers, rail providers for employees, as well as how we help them more to get those positions, because they do get it guaranteed interview at their times. But seeing more of them in the industry is ultimately our goal, because it's all about workforce development for railroad. So
Right. Yes, I know that we are incorporating surveys with our students, especially as we enter into the postgraduate, to identify what their career goals are. We've identified along the way a few people have taken the program just due to their interests, but they are established in their careers already. So we want to get that information as we begin the cohort, so we can identify who are the job seekers and who are just learning more about the railroad to apply in their existing role. So I think that's great feedback.
Can I add to that? We have a layered approach to this, and the staff team has already worked with Sac City on just an initial analysis between those two partners of what would we measure in terms of success. And we want to layer on some other stakeholder metrics so that everybody that's involved has a hand in that. And so our plan is to bring something to you in September to get board feedback, because every partner is going to have a different perspective. Our job is to take all those, put all those together, and then make sure we have some metrics that address each of those. So we will have something next month to dig into from your side, is the governance side of the track seat program.
Yeah, and I think it's important to have those metrics, because when we're talking to Congressman Harder or any other individual about funding the program, that's the kind of information we want to be able to present to demonstrate its success and that it is moving workforce development forward. So I very much appreciate that. I also appreciate Delta College jumping in on this. I think the maintenance side of it is really where we'll find some great opportunities for younger people and those who are maybe in maintenance, but to go to that next level, considering how well-paying the entry-level jobs are in the rail industry. So again, thanks to Sac City for starting this all out. We had a good time and it was very informative for me as we spent our time at One Voice. And thank you Delta College for stepping up, because we need these types of grades in our region. So much appreciated for both. So any public comment on this item?
Seeing that online.
Okay. And any public comment in the room on this item? Okay, then it was informational. Ms. Greg, thank you so much. We really appreciated it. Wrong. Okay, any general board member comments on anything?
Sure, just wanted to congratulate staff on another very successful graduation. It was so nice to get to talk to some of the students and their families in the room. One of the things that's been very important to me in my past role, in almost a decade in elected office, is really advocating for youth issues, and specifically career readiness. It's actually going to be a priority for the city of Tracy moving forward. Just getting to kind of see how we can incorporate it to our cities locally is so important. I just want to thank people in the room who are doing that work every day, because oftentimes we don't get thanked for the hard work. And I just want to recognize you today, because I joined elected office because I wanted to advocate for young people, and it's the work that it's not the elected doing it, it's people on the ground doing it. So thank you for everything that you were doing genuinely to transform these opportunities for them. So thank you.
Thank you. I would just comment on two things. What time's the it's Lodi High on the August 26th? I forgot to ask that. What time are you guys doing that?
It's at 5 p.m.
It's at 5 p.m. I might join you there.
Yeah.
So I'm just thrilled to hear if you're coming and being part of that recruitment opportunity. I would echo what Mayor Errol said about, it's a great experience going to the graduation and see, there's a lot of energy. A couple of people, if they don't have a job by tomorrow, I'd be really surprised. But the best comment that I heard was, actually Congressman Harder asked me, man, so why are you doing this? And he said, to provide a living for myself and to make my family's life better. And, isn't that what it's about? That's what it's about. And he was so excited. And I just think it's great when we have people that come out of that program understanding our purpose and mission is their purpose and mission. So terrific. Also, just a great event. I just want to say staff did a great job yesterday for the Channel Street groundbreaking. Oh, look, see? Yeah. I wasn't gonna let you go. There. Yeah. It's just great when we get all the elected officials showing up. It demonstrates that this project has been a long time in coming. I think Mayor Fugazi had made that statement. And just everybody was there to celebrate. And sometimes it's not about the big rail projects, about the connectivity and the neighborhoods that it impacts and benefits. And just demonstrates the Rail Commission is one of those partners in enhancing communities and creating economic viability for the surrounding neighborhoods. So just a great event, and I thank staff and run through their So I think it demonstrates that we've got some great partnerships in the city. And it wasn't just the local partners. Caltrans plays a big role in this. Visionary home builders. Carol is one of the most enthusiastic people to work with. Demonstrates how housing and neighborhood revitalization and rail all work together. So wonderful.
And I think everybody was very enthused about it, and thank you to David and Adele and their team, Mariah, Carmen, Freddie, Cameron, who did the safety briefing. That it set a stage for just so much enthusiasm, you know, there's a lot going on that you go, "Hmm." But this was a very upbeat event and everybody plugged in, and it's just nice to be part of that and say, we did that. Yeah, everyone will go back, maybe but they'll remember, let's take a little bit of that sort of peaceful, upbeat event that we did together. I think that's important for our region.
Well, and I think the before and after is gonna be critical to see the difference, because if we can do it here, we can do it anywhere. I think that's one of the points that comes out of that, so. Okay, any other comments? Seeing none, then we will move on to, we got the executive director report.
Oh, I think we still have.
Okay, ex officios, I'm sorry, I lost my agenda here. There we go, ex officio comments. So, Ms. Mullen, you want to start off since Stan Cog is represented here today?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I appreciate everyone's efforts. It sounds really exciting. And congratulations to the graduates. That's it.
Thank you very much. Anyone from SJRRC join us? Okay, so we will move to Mr. Baxter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just one comment. I just want to compliment the Rail Commission on your ridership. There's a steady increase, and I really like that revised ridership graphic that shows the pre-pandemic. So I think it's great news. There's just a steady increase, and one day soon we'll surpass that threshold of the pre-pandemic line. So thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Mr. Baxter. Yes, we all look forward to that. So, Caltrans was represented yesterday, but not here today. Okay, all right, thank you very much. So we now move on to the executive director's report.
Thank you. Mine will be very short. If we could go to the next slide, I'm gonna hand this off to various managers. To do what we're doing, we have to fill the vacancies that we've had for a while, and new positions that you've discussed in the past, and so we've been in the process of doing that. So I'm gonna just let each manager briefly introduce their person. So Brian, you're up first. Brian.
Pass it over to Jordan Rhodes.
Oh, you are. Oh, okay.
Hey, I've learned about the delegate.
Is that?
So Sean Long was hired on as the manager of equipment for Oakland, so he's gonna help us out with managing all of the new fleet on the JPA side with all the Caltrans transition from mechanical. So Sean, I've worked with him for 15 years in different various roles. He's coming from Siemens. He's is quite literally the expert on the new equipment we have. So he's been from the development phase through commissioning and all our support. So he's gonna be a great addition.
I hear he's tough as nails. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Go get him.
Thank you.
Well,
I'll say one thing about Sean. He's been with us per se since 2018. Yeah, when we asked to see those first chargers, Sean was one that came in and helped commission and do all the warranty work on. So he's been at the shop since 2018. So he's very familiar with everyone. So it's very excited to have him on. You know, now he'll help us out.
That's great. I like to see it growing from within, and even if we have to borrow somebody. No offense, but you know.
It's best.
That's right.
all right, Autumn, you're up.
Thank you. I'm introducing Mary Ann Lawrence. She is gonna be our procurement, she is our procurement and contract supervisor. She's coming in to help with the day-to-day staff and items needed for Rail Commission, while I can focus on some of the higher level items. She has over 10 years of experience in transit procurement, so she understands transit, worked at NCTD and MTS down in San Diego. And I'm excited for the help. And with all the new procurements coming up, it's gonna be a lot of work, and she's ready to go.
Well, I hope that means that we're gonna still see you. At meetings. Yeah, it's gonna be all the time, yeah.
That'll be your normal.
I know.
Stacy looked over and didn't, I'm over here for the first time in a very long time. Yeah, we're excited.
Well, welcome. Thank you.
Okay, I see Hugo here, but Momo, are you online to do the introduction?
Yes, I am. Good morning, everybody. So sorry for not being able to be there in person today, but I would like to introduce the newest addition to our planning, grants, and programming team, Hugo Castro Ponce. He joined our team about 3 weeks ago as an assistant planner. He just graduated from UC Merced with a bachelor's degree in environmental science. He is very passionate about connecting and uplifting community across California. So his values and passion match exactly to the Rail Commission's values. He is originally from Modesto, and we are so excited to have him. So please join me in welcoming Hugo.
Welcome, people. Glad you joined our team.
And then Christine, you're up.
Good morning.
Cleanup hitter.
Yeah. Well, I am really excited to introduce our new Chief of Program and Construction Manager, Joy Day. And so she joins us with a really good depth and broad expanse knowledge and experience, both in project development and delivery, but also in construction management. She's a quality manager, she's done process improvement, policies and procedures. She's also very familiar with risk identification and mitigation in that project development arena. And so she has over 32 years of experience in transportation infrastructure. And most recently, she was the senior project manager for the high-speed rail Bakersfield extension. This is a $2.6 billion project. 5 miles of viaduct infrastructure for 18.5 miles of new high-speed rail track. And so familiarity with both civil, with rail. She's a registered civil engineer in the state, so she's going to be able to dig in not only on the day-to-day of the project development, but also on some of those tougher engineering, technical issues or challenges that we have in our projects. So I'm really looking forward for her to get started now. Welcome her to the team, and looking forward to her leadership as part of the capital programs teams. Thank you.
Welcome, Joy.
Welcome, Joy, and I'm, glad to say we coached you from high speed rail. I'll with that was happy to be here.
And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I believe, Madam Council, we now go into a closed session. Is that correct? You want to announce that?
We do. We have 2 items on closed session. The first is item 10, that's public employment recruitment. 1 position, executive director, 3 executive officer, conference with general counsel and our consultant Brent Ives. And that's British Government Code Section 54957. Open to regular and special voting members. The second item is threatened or anticipated litigation under Government Code Section 54956.9, subsection D2. 1 case, and that is conference with legal counsel regarding a claim filed by Stronghold Engineering alleging monetary claims regarding a project I'm not going to read the project number, but it is the rail maintenance facility expansion project. And with that, we are adjourned to closed session. Okay.
Adjourned to closed session.
You know, if we start our meeting early, we'll be done by it.
When you usually need a break, I just get get snacks, and a replenishment. Reinvigorate.
You can just do it sometime. I get more time than 20 minutes on loss. There you go. Okay, so I started to see or in the car. Yeah, I'll update. I have a lot of car calls. I didn't realize until we started, I'm like, wait, where's Christine? Yes, yes, we are. Are we back then? Okay, we're gonna turn to the closed session to open session and council want to report out.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. And we had 2 items on closed session. Item 10 was the one position that's employment and recruitment for the executive director, chief executive officer position. That item was discussion only. At this time, there is no other reportable action. As to the second item, item 11, closed session, threatened or anticipated litigation regarding a claim of Stronghold Engineering concerning the regional rail maintenance facility expansion. That item was discussed with the commission gave direction, and at this time, there is no other reportable action.
Thank you very much, and with that, we're going to move to Commissioner Zuber's favorite part of the meeting, adjournment. September 5th will be our next meeting.
I live for that.